looking at page 3 of your lesson where it says reading fretboard diagrams. The hard line at the top of these chord diagrams represents the nut, which is here. The vertical line on the right represents your first string, and the vertical line on the left represents your last string, your sixth string. The X above the string means don't play it. Now, as a beginner, you're going to have a hard time not doing that. So don't worry about it. Try it. Don't be upset if you accidentally hit that string. Nobody's going to shoot at you. It's going to be fine. Everybody in the room's going to hit it every now and then. It's no big deal. But ideally, you don't want to play the string with the X over it. I'll teach you how to do that later on, but for now, let's just get these fingers moving in the right place. The O above a string means that it's open or unfretted. Now, for most of what I'm going to be teaching you, there will be open strings involved in these chords. Later on, you're going to learn a type of chord called a bar chord, B-A-R-R-E, where you'll see people setting their fingers all the way across the neck. We don't use those as acoustic guitar players. The reason for that is a bar chord really deadens the sound of an acoustic guitar. In order to get the resonance that is natural in the instrument, you have to have an open string. So I will play for you an F sharp chord, which is essentially an E chord with a bar behind it up 2 frets. Now I'm just going to slide that back to where it's just the E chord and it doesn't have the bar. Hear the difference in the volume? No way to get the same amount of volume out of a bar chord. So we use a lot of open strings. Now, the horizontal lines represent the frets. These are the frets, these little wires that go right across the neck. The dots represent the position of your fingers and the numbers corresponding to the finger being used. So, for example, if you'll look, the very first chord you see, it says A2. So let's follow the diagram there. We're going to look at this, and you'll see that the first string is open, the second string is open, and then when you get to the third and fourth strings, they have different numbers beside them. They have a 2 and a 1 and a 3 and a 2. That's telling you you can play it either way. You can play it like this, or you can play it like this, because you need to be able to do it both ways. People are going to say, well, what's the right way to play it? And what I'm going to tell you is that's a bad question to ask, because the way that you answer that question musically is what was the chord you played before it and what was the chord you played after it. There will be times when this is more convenient than this. That's just the way music works. Some of you, that's going to grate hard on your personality, but deal with it. Just the way it is. So, here's your A2 chord. Open, open. I'll do second finger on the second fret of the third string. Then on the fourth string, same thing, second fret. I'm going to do the first finger. Then your next string is open, and then this sixth string we don't hit. So, this is called A2, and you strum it, and it sounds like this. Now, you're probably trying this, and you're fighting with it while I'm just strumming away on it, making it look easy. But anybody that's done it a couple thousand times, they're going to make it look easy. Now, you're having trouble with it. You're getting a sound that goes like this. And you hear the as you go across these. That usually means that you don't have enough pressure to really bend down the string to get it on the fret. You want to hear all 5 strings. That's the best way to tell. 1 string at a time. Now, where do your fingers go in between the frets? What I want to show you is those should be up towards the fret. not way back here towards the previous fret. They should be towards the fret that you're aiming at. Here's the reason why. I'm going to take this note right here. This note is an E. And I'm going to fret it way up here towards the fret. And I'm going to play it repeatedly and listen to what happens when I slide back towards the headstock in the fret. It's because I'm too far back in the fret. Let me do it again. It just, it goes away. I don't have my finger in the right place. I don't have enough pressure. The other thing that you'll get is sometimes you just don't have enough pressure on the fret and it'll buzz like that. It's very similar to the other sound, but you look at it and you think, well, man, I'm right there by that fret. You don't have enough pressure on it, okay? A lot of people, as they're doing these basic things, are going to make some key mistakes. So let's talk about some of those key mistakes, because you're probably making one of them right now. You remember I said your hand should have a natural curve to it? What you're going to see is that my fingers have a natural curve to it. If I take the guitar out of my hand has a curve to it. My hand is not shaped like this. It's shaped like this. That's that natural curve. That's the way the instrument works. What that does is that allows you to have a proper angle and to get a proper grip on the string so that you can actually leverage down in the fret and get that sound. If you try to square up your hand, meaning that your wrist and your arm is coming straight off the neck like this, that gives you a horrible grip on the instrument. This gives you leverage. You're coming at it at an angle. It's perfectly where you need to be. Don't be afraid too. A lot of us bigger people, we do this naturally. We kick the guitar out this way. But don't be afraid to let that guitar kind of lean out so the neck is moving away from your body. That'll get your hand in a great place. Okay? So we'll get that in there. Now, where do you place your fingertips on the string? Well, here's what I'm doing. I've been working a chord here and I'm working a chord here because what I want you to see is there's marks in my fingertips. See how they're on my fingertips? The reason I'm showing you that is what I see a lot of from beginners is this right here. They try to lay their fingers down flat. And this won't work for several reasons. One, you're going to end up muting other strings. Hear that sound? My finger's laying on top of that string and it's just going thud, 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 thud. The other thing is, your bone comes right out here to the tip of your finger, and that's what's going to get in behind that flesh and push down. Right here on the bottom of your finger, you got a lot of padding. A lot of padding. And so what's going to happen is when you put that padding on the string, yes, it'll hold it down, but it's like trying to smother that string with a pillow. It's just going to spread out and go around it. It's going to hit other strings. It's inevitable. So ladies and some men, you need to trim your fingernails way back. I mean way back. Because if you don't, you can't get your finger at a proper angle. Do you see that angle? See how I'm coming in almost straight down on it? Not like this. That's never going to work. See that? One more time. Not like that. There you go. See that? Okay. So now with that thought in your head, with that image, let's go back to this chord. A2. Let's use your second and third fingers, if you will, on the second fret, on the 1, 2, 3rd, and 4th string, right there. Should be really close to that second fret, not way back here towards the first, way up towards the second fret, and strum it through. Just push through the strings one note at a time. There's your A2. Okay, so now that you've got this chord, let's strum along with it for just a little bit. We'll do it real slow, just strumming real great downstrokes, and it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,